Hello, my name is Diamond. I'm going to take you through a B1 alert add-on that we have developed. So without wasting much of my time, let me just show you how it works. After it has been installed, you are going to have to click the tools here, then you go to B1 alerts, then you create alerts object. So basically this is going to create for you a user defined window. Let me just quickly open the user defined window so that I show you. I don't know if you have seen our B1 webbook add-on, so it works almost in a similar fashion, but I'm just going to give you a little bit of some context here. So one of our customers requested for them to be able to get all the alerts that they are getting in SAP on their emails, phones, SMS, as well as WhatsApp. So we developed a system that does that. So basically, for every notification that is going to be sent in SAP, is going to be sent as well on the email, which can be something that is still basic and supposed to be standard in SAP. But additionally, of course, you get it on email and SMS, and as well as WhatsApp, maybe WhatsApp and SMS. All right, so that was that. So we sent them, and they really liked, seeing the system working, considering that they are using an older version of SAP. But they said, no, we also need additional notification. For example, let's say if a purchase order has been created, the purchasing department or the procurement department needs to be alerted that there is a purchase order document that has been created. And if maybe a payment document has been created, there's also a department that needs to know, or purchase invoice has been created. The accounting department also requires to know that there is another document that is awaiting a payment from them. So we just decided to advance or create an additional module for this particular application, which is basically what I'm going to take you through here. So I'm going to take you through all the columns that are in this so that you have a bit of an appreciation of how it works. All right, so code, of course, is going to be unique code for that particular event. This one is called alert event triggers. It's different from the webbook, but they have almost similar columns. All right, so you come here, you put the name, the text here, so you have an option to send it as a text, as a SMS on WhatsApp, or even on email, or you can do HTML, which will actually embed an HTML and send it via email, and you can also do a PDF here. So I'm just going to show you with the text option here. So an object, which object are you dealing with? So you have basically all the objects that you have, like your business partners, your accounts, your items, your price list, everything that you can think of, messages, and you have almost any kind of event that you can think of. You can also do user-defined fields, so basically the same as our webbook add-on for those that have seen it. All right, so in this example, I'm just going to do a business partner. All right, so in the event that I've selected a user-defined form, I would need an ID of that user-defined form. All right, so the event that you want here, so we have a couple of events: created, viewed, updated, deleted. So I'm using updated because I don't necessarily have to create a business partner to show you this. Then you also have what we call object key, which is the primary key for that particular document. For example, if you're dealing with business partners, of course, the CardCode will be the primary key. If you're dealing with marketing documents, the doc entry. If you're dealing with item master, it will be an item code. So that's the code that is required there. So then the query here, so this is where you write a query. So you can write almost any kind of a query here that you want. The data, you are now retrieving the information that you want to send over to the customer, be it the CardCode, the CardName. It can be the balance. It can be anything, It can be maybe the salesperson. It can be anything that you can think of about that business partner, or the latest document. That's the good thing about the add-on, because you are actually creating what you want the users to see, or what the notification to say, whether you're talking to an internal user or you're talking to customers. So you can do almost anything. So this is the basic query that we've written. Notice how we've included the key here, just to make sure that we are selecting the business partner that would have been updated. Then we also have trigger by query results. You can set it to no or yes. If it is no, that means you're not really worried about whether this is going to retain anything or not. Let's say, for example, you have a very specific business partner that you want someone to be alerted if it has been updated. Yeah, you can, let's say another customer has told you, if you update anything on our account, please let us know. You can actually do that. So in this card code, you're specifically putting that card code, so that, and you put it yes here, so that the trigger can only trigger if that particular business partner has been added. So there is limitless of possibilities that you can actually do with this particular platform. All right, so in this case, I'm just going to do no. So query parameters here, let's say it can also work with the webhook. So the same way our webhook are working. So you can actually put parameters here. Maybe you are doing an HTML query, an embedded HTML, and you want to parameterize, the query results, so that you can populate them into a JavaScript, the values or JavaScript properties that you then be able to upload, tables, and do whatever you want to do with your HTML document. All right, so you can do it here. So let's say you have 3 queries, you can actually separate the queries, then you do the parameters. I think I'll talk about that in another video. All right, so the subject, so this is the subject that you want, business partner updated, and you can actually put details about which business partner has been updated by just putting these braces. Then you put card code here. So basically what the system is going to do is going to go to your query and look for the card code. So the query results will come with the card code. That's the card code that's going to be used here. So for subjects, in most cases, we don't necessarily have to make them specific to anything. They're just like what it is here. All right, so you move to the message. So this is the message. In most cases, that's where you need to play around with the parameters and all that. So you're saying business partner with card code, that name that has been updated. So basically, it's going to get the results from your query, then it will populate here. So you can do anything. You can show the balance. You can show your last invoice. You can do almost anything, and put it in a parameter. Maybe you want them to know who's the person that is dealing with them, the sales rep or anything. If there is anything, you can actually put it there. So you can put as many things as you want based on the results that are going to be returned from your query. Then here you can put the emails, and the beautiful thing is you can also write a query to retrieve the kind of emails that you want. Maybe you want it to be retrieved from the contact persons of this particular business partner. You can be able to do that. Then you use the key just to make sure that you are retaining the details about that particular business partner. Then you go to the contact persons, then you retrieve their emails, then the system will be able to use those ones. You can do the same for SMS number and WhatsApp number. So in the event that you want to post it to another system, it still can be able to work as a webhook. But we just decided that no, webhook, in most cases you'd need a developer to create that interface that will then be able to send the notifications. But in the event that customers just want to do it themselves, they should be able to do that without having necessarily to create an interface that will then be able to consume that. All right, so basically this is the delivery URL, the cookie for authentication, authorization purposes. You can put a cookie here so that wherever you are sending that webhook, they will do a little bit of some handshake or authorization just to make sure that no one else is calling their endpoint. And you also have here where you can show whether it's active or not active. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to refresh here so that I remove all the changes that I was making. All right, so once you're done with this, you can make as many events as you want. Once you're done with this, let me just minimize it. So I'm going to go to the business partner here. Then I'm going to move to the last business partner. Then I'm going to move to this one. So basically, so this is another business partner that I'm going to test with. So I'm just going to come here and put some funny numbers here. Then I'll do update here. So if I update here, the system is supposed to update the business partner as well as raise that event and be able to send an email. In this case, I've only configured an email, so an email must have been sent here so that we see what is happening. Let me just say this has been updated. All right, so since we're sending card code and card name, I'm just going to do that as well. I'm just going to update here. So I could have done the customer balance, the currency, and you can do almost anything. All right, so once you're done with this, you should be able to see notifications. As you can see here, these are some of the notifications that are actually done. So I'm just going to refresh here, and we see what we have here. As you can see here, there are two emails that has been sent 0 minutes ago. So this was the first one, and it will talk about the details about what happened, and this is the second one with this has been updated. So basically that's how it works. So you are now able to configure any kind of notification that you want. An invoice has been created and you want to send a customer, you know, the current balance on email, or you want to send them as an SMS, WhatsApp, and you know, you have the flexibility to just, you know, write or compose the kind of details that you want to be sent through on your own. So that's how it works. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, goodbye.